Hello and welcome back to IRS. We are live with Tier 2 here at Belgium Spa, ready to get this sprint race underway. And then we're going to have a qualifying session followed by 50% after that. But it's a reverse championship order I should say. Grid lined up with Tier 2 here. We've got Hesitate on pole with Electric Envy in second. They're just picking their setups now and their tyres before we get this race underway. Points available from first position all the way down to 10th, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of fighting from the faster guys coming through at the back. I think someone's already ready up because it's saying waiting for players, so we might be underway as of right now. It's 37 past, so the drivers can ready up. But Spa, definitely a historic fun track in IRS. There's always been a lot of drama in Spa. Only 8 laps. We'll have a look to see what tyres people go for. Will it be softs or will it be mediums? We're about to get this race underway then, as everyone should be readied up and the lights should be about to turn on. Third round of the season in Tier 2, Star Defender leading the way from Mr. Orabeng. Epi in third position. They're going to be down the grid today here in this sprint, trying to make their way forward. Keep an eye out for them. Here we go then. Lights are turned on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here at Spa, and away we go. Hesitate with the lead. Electric, taking the lead there as Hesitate runs a bit wide. Someone's missed their braking zone. Electric could be into the lead here as he's side by side with the Sauber heading down EU Rouge. IRS LB44 as well. 3 wide here going into a very tricky corner. A lot of people running wide, and there's a collision there. And that could be Electric Envy out of position. We're down to the back of the grid as everyone's trying to filter through into positions. Yes, she run and Pistol Racing, 2 Alpines. Epi up to 9th position already. Star Defender already 3rd position. Oh my god. Already up to 3rd. As the Sauber of Dave is in the lead. IRS LB44 P2. Star on the hard tyres for some reason. Mr. Orabeng up to P5 as well. He's got Christian right behind him. Lavi Chill currently going side by side with Timmy. We've got Epi down in 9th position, Pistol Racing. Kentrum 11th, Electric's down to P13. He had a bit of an unlucky start there, 2 Mercedes. All the way down in 15th and 16th. But Dave leading the way at the moment. 2-second gap to IRS LB44. Got yellow flag. Yeah, Mercedes just recovering their races, recovering their cars. Sorry, running wide off the track. As Christian is going side by side here with Mr. Orabeng into the bus stop chicane. Gets a better exit as we head down to La Source. Mr. Orabeng coming back at him on the inside. Goes the Aston Martin. Gets the position back. As we head down to EU Rouge. Star Defender all over the back of IRS LB44 for P2. Electric Envy the tyres in the pits. Don't want to wait around for a safety car. Behinds see Mitch as well, but Star Defender moves up into P2. Hesitate. P4, Christian behind. IRS LB44 could be on for a podium here. If he can just stick with Star Defender, try to stay in the DRS, uses the ERS up a little bit, just to stay within the back of the McLaren. Here comes Christian, having a look at Hesitate. Up the inside, hits the curb though, loses a bit of traction. Hesitate manages to stick up the inside. pulls back into position or doesn't want to fight it. In a very good position, but just didn't want to battle it with the Haas. Drops another position, possibly here to the McLaren. He does the switchback. Timmy up the inside. IRS LB44 still tucked up behind Star Defender. This could be great here for IRS LB44. Could be on for a podium here on the sprint. If we can just stay with this Star Defender on those hard tyres in the DRS. Let the battling behind happen. Hesitate. There's a 10-second time penalty there as Timmy spins round on the exit of the bus stop chicane. Mr. Orobeng out to P5. Epi looking for a move down into turn 1. We'll have the DRS here trying to get himself into the top 6. As IRS LB44 with the DRS. Coming up to Star Defender here, looking for a move. Up the inside he goes. Doesn't want to cost himself too much time here because he's got Christian coming up behind him in a Haas. Side-by-side action. IRS LB44. Oh, he's come together with a Star Defender there. This is going to cost him. Like I said, had a good chance at a podium. But might have just blown up because Christian's coming up behind now in the Haas. Missed the race, what happened to him? He's down in P12, 20 seconds off. Luca Pro in the Haas, having a little look at Yes You Run and Kentrim having a battle head. In the last 2 points positions are Kentrim and Yes You Run. Debut for the Alpine. Obviously got Timmy right at the back of Lavi Jill. Epi as well, having a little look at Mr. Orobeng. Christian now onto the back of IRS LB44. As Timmy makes a move up into P7. Kentrim still going at it with Yes You Run. Here comes Luca as well in the Haas. Moving up into the points. P10 for the Haas driver. And then IRS LB44 now under pressure from Christian. I think this is going to be a pretty easy move here as the DRS will fly by now with the Haas. IRS LB44 still in a good chance here. He's going to brake late, try to stick the Ferrari up the inside, and force Christian into a mistake, which doesn't happen. Podium position for the Haas driver now. IRS LB44 still in a decent position here with some good points, but out front still, the Sauber driver of Dave, he got 2.1 seconds to string us with a surprise win here in the sprint race. No one would have thought that he would have been a race winner in the sprint. He's got 2.1 seconds, 4 laps to go. Got to try to hold on to this. Don't let the pressure get to him. He's actually pulling away a little bit there through the sector on Star Defender as Epi's just lost the position to Timmy. There's a nice gaggle of cars here having a DRS battle. That's a Ferrari of IRS LB44 who's had a moment after what's been a great start for him. He's starting to go downhill as Yes You Run getting past Lavi Chill, I think that was. I think it's P9 now. Having a look at Luca, who's moved his way up into P8. He's passed 3 cars. Kentrim's lost out the most there. Up the inside goes Luca, bit of contact with Epi. And Yes You Run taking advantage of that down into the source if he can. Slight bit of bumping of wheels there. First Star Defender now 1.4 seconds behind Dave. Pressure starting to get to the Sauber driver. Here comes Epi on Timmy. Bit of a late move there from the McLaren driver. That was a bit naughty. As Epi runs a bit deep, collides with the Aston Martin, who I think has got wing damage on that. Yeah, he does. He's missing quite a lot of wing there. Ferrari of Effie also missing some wing. That's possibly why this battle is so slowed up and these cars are struggling to get past. So Christian on the back of Star Defender, who is closing up to the back of Dave in that Sauber, making it a three-way battle for the race victory here. We are on lap 5 of 8. They've got an 8-second gap, 9-second gap back to IRS W44 MP4, who has just got to keep his nerve here, just try to brake a bit more earlier than he can, and just try to get the better exit, apply some ERS, and get away from that battle that is behind. It is all the way from 5th position down to 11th, all covered with about 2.5 seconds. As you can see on the mini-map, top 3 now within just over a second of each other. Star Defender having a look at Dave, and they're still battling down in the points there. Lovely chill, yes you run. Here comes Star Defender though. Oh, there's a Alpine off the track, which is yes you run. He's got a collision somewhere, but here comes Star Defender to take the lead of this race on lap 6. What can Dave do? Can he stick with Star? Oh, he's messed up completely. Gonna have to be careful with the rejoin here. Doesn't want to cause a collision with Christian, who's still battling for the win here. If he can get past Dave quickly onto the back of Star Defender, these tyres will start to feel much better right now with those hards. IRS W44 still 3 seconds ahead of Mr. Orobeng. He's now got Timmy really tucked up behind him and looking for a way past as he runs wide. Lap 6 of this race, no one's got a time penalty yet. Coming through Pujon. Will that change? No, no one managed to get on there. 2 Mercedes down the back. Luckily they have another chance at qualifying and the main race. Star just over a second on Dave in the Sauber. What can Christian do? Probably wants to save that ERS, just stay tucked up behind the Sauber out of the source and get a good exit and fly past him on the straight. As Dave starts to drain the battery, but he's already out 14%. It's going to be an easy move here for Christian up into P2. There he goes with the help of DRS. He's got a lap and a half now to close that 2-second gap to Star Defender, championship leader. Here comes Luca, having a look at Timmy, draining that battery with the help of Slipstream here, trying to outbrake the McLaren. Runs a bit deep, or runs out a bit of road to be fair. Really have a look here, not quite. Christian 1.6 seconds behind Star Defender. He's starting to close up. Has he got enough pace in that Haas? 1.5 seconds now. That's the time. Just another 2 tenths as we're on board with his teammate for now with the first time penalty of the day. Timmy in the McLaren. It's gonna drop him, I think, down to P10. Seconds covered between the top 3. IRS LB44 12 seconds behind, still 3.2 seconds ahead of that battle behind. They start to drain that battery and put away a bit now, I think. Should be comfortable enough as Hesitate picks up a 3-second time penalty as Timmy runs into the back of Mr. Orobeng. Christian 1.4 seconds behind Star. He needs a little mistake from Star Defender to close up as Timmy runs a bit deep. Gonna allow Luca up the inside, up into P6. Yellow flag, that is Mercedes. Of fire hands. Kentrum also having a little look here at Timmy. He's got a bit more battery to use here. There he goes. Might be able to get Luca as well, up the inside. Not quite. Epi dropping back as well. He must have wing damage as well. Yeah, he's got loads of wing damage. He's down to P9. We're on the last lap though. Star Defender. There he is. 1.5 seconds ahead of Christian. Christian's still closing up, but I think Star's got this in the bag. It's the yellow flag. I think that's pistol racing around, is it? No, it's not. It's just you run. Pistol racing's had a great comeback. He's only 6 seconds behind that battle. Kentrum's up into P6. Luke is up into P5. IRS LB44 has got to be careful. They're closing up on him quite quickly here. But into the bus stop chicane for the last time with Star Defender. He's going to be victorious for the first sprint race of the season here in Spa. And he's going to take maximum points ahead of Christian pitching in, who's going to come home in P2 and a sprint race podium. And in a first ever podium at all in IRS history for Dave in the Sauber. He managed to get P3 here for the sprint race. IRS LB44 is going to come home in P4. Decent points for the sprint race for him. Luca, P5 ahead of Kentrum in P6. Mr. Orobeng, P7. Epi, P8 ahead of Timmy, who drops down to P9 there with that 3 second. Lavi Chill, P10. Pistol Racing comes home in P11 ahead of his teammate Yeshu in P12. And then we got Effie Kate in P13. C Mitch P14, and then Firehands audio lap down finished in P15 with electric DNFing. So there's the first race of the day out of the way. Let's just tell these lot to retire from this next race. So there's the confirmation. Obviously points are different for the sprint race in IRS. It's 10 points down to 1 point from 1st to 10th. Now we gotta wait for everyone to retire from this race. We can get back to the lobby. Alright, let's see if everyone manages to just ready up and retire as quick as possible. some good action there down into turn 1. Star defender still going. Flying into the source hairpin, breaking his front wheel. Lovely stuff. Right, let's go back into the lobby quick time. And we get the qualifying underway. Why did some people get points and some people didn't? How's that work? Right, here we go, the 18-minute qualifying session. Let's see who can grab the third pole position and another point in this qualifying session. Who has got pole position the last 2 weeks? Epi and Star, was it? No, Epi and Ray. So, wet qualifying session. Let's just type in the Discord. See if we can find out if it's a wet race, as well as a wet qualifying. The session hasn't started. There we go. Let's see if someone can get us some updates onto the race. All inters. I think pole position now can be quite a lot of people battling for that. I think dry weather, there's a few standout people, but I think now that it's raining, I think not so much. So I think we could be in for a little surprise here, possibly. As Lavi Jill, the first driver to come out onto the track for Williams, making his debut today. I haven't checked the Twitch chat actually. Has anyone been in the Twitch chat at all? Not even checked it. Oh, Electric's been in there. Damn, almost full grid. Absolutely amazing, clean start to that. Why is it black, man? Why is the writing black? I can barely see it. Couldn't dream for better. As Electric back out there in the Red Bull. Hopefully today, in this race and qualifying session, it goes well for him. Should have a setup saved, so let's see if we can have a better chance of having a good race today. As Matty's just confirmed, it will be a dry race. Says it has sun. Oh my god. Epi nearly drove straight into the back of that Sauber then, who was stopped on track for some reason. IRS 44 has got a 5-place grid penalty, and I fear he's trying to wait for the Sauber here, but I hope he's not trying to do something. Because he doesn't want to get any more penalties. Let's go on board with Lavi Children as we head up towards the bus stop chicane for the first time in this qualifying session. Here we go then. What sort of time? To be fair, I think people should be on dry tyres by the end of this, because that track does look a bit dry, even though it's raining a bit, but I think we might see some dry tyres coming soon as we head down to the source with Lavi Chill, Gear 2, trying to get a good exit, getting a traction as we head down the hill towards EU Rouge, and then up through Radion onto the Kemmel Straight. DRS currently turned off, so good use of ERS around this lap. It's going to be vital before we head down into the comms. Right and left. Don't go too wide on the exit of this corner and take too much curb. Into Brussels. Never know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but we'll go with it as we head down towards Puchon for the first time. Should see a big lift here down into gear 6 for Lavi Chill. Normally we'd see that flat out, but due to the wet weather, as majority of the grid are actually out on track. I think the only driver in the pits right now is IRS 44. So 16 cars Out here in this qualifying session as Lavi Jill does a 26.2 for his sector 2. Got one of the Mercedes not too far behind. As the deployment's been used from Lavi Jill, so at Williams, not going the maximum speed that it could have. No IRS out of this corner as well, so it's going to be a 157 for Lavi Chill. Next one across the line is going to be C Mitch, 156.9, goes quicker. Then Electric, who's invalidated, was on a 159, gets another chance here. Timmy with a 155.2, a lot quicker there. And then we've got Epi, yes you run. I'm one of the Haas drivers. Epi does a 57.4, yes you run, 156.3, Luca 154.1. Times are going to change a lot throughout this session. 156.1 for Kentrum. IRS LB44 has gone to the mediums, which could be a good shot. Christian only a 58.8, Dave 58.1, Pistol Racing up to P3 at 55.5. Got Star Defender out there as well, coming up to the bus stop chicane. He's looking quite quick here. Beautifully through the bus stop chicane, and it's going to be provisional pole, I think. 53.8 for the McLaren driver. Matty's first lap in a Red Bull. First podium in IRS last week. What can he do here? Missed out on the sprint race unfortunately, but he's managed to get himself into the lobby. Goes straight up into P3. IRS LB44 on the mediums. Electric MV, how's he getting on? On hot lap. Really wants to be a medium, save the ERS. Use the medium ERS down the straights. You just apply the overtake button when you need it, instead of using hot lap. Like now he's into hot lap into the corners, which is going to affect his exit. That's why he's sliding about. He needs to be in medium ERS through the corners, and he will find a lot more time. Does do a 56.9 though, P9, so if he does switch that ERS down to medium through the corners, I think he'll find a bit more time. How's Christian getting on? IRS LB44. He's starting his lap on medium tyres now. We'll track him as he goes around his lap. I think Christian's on a slow lap here. Head to tape. No time set at the moment. P16. Quite a lot of ERS to use as well. So 58.4, goes just behind his teammate by 3 tenths. Let's go on board with IRS LB44, who is on the mediums, and I'm sure a lot of people will be looking at what sort of times he's done. Doesn't look that quick, looks like he's struggling for traction. Yeah, those mediums are cooked at the moment. Might be more towards the end of the session, when the track potentially gets a lot warmer. Anyone on a flying lap at the moment? I think Christian was going for another one, was he? Yeah, he was. Currently down in P14. 3 tenths up as we come through the comms. Wasn't here for the first race, Christian. Second race wasn't the best. Had a good qualifier to be fair, but the race didn't go well for him, so it's a good chance to start his season off really here in Belgium. Try to get a good result. Runs a bit wide there through Pujon. Luckily it doesn't invalidate. But we'll check the sector 2 time. I think Star was a 125 coming through sector 2, about that. 125? 123, sorry. Yeah, it would have been 123 from start. So Christian on a decent lap here as he drains the battery. Yeah, that you can see with Christian, he's using medium mostly through the corners and the straight, and just applying ERS where he needs to as we approach the bus stop chicane. Can he get it right? Don't brake too deep, don't over throttle it and spin the rears, try to get a good exit, which he's done. Up to the line we go, and it's pole position from Christian by just over a tenth. 1 and 3 for the two Hasses. See Mitch up to P7 in the Mercedes. Mr. Orobeng with a 52.6 in the Aston Martin, cracking lap there. As IRS LP44 still out there on the mediums. Obviously we're on the commentary box, so we can't tell how much grip's out there. Maybe he feels something that we can't see. Star defender into the pits, no improvements from him. Electric might want to turn his ERS off, so he saves it for his actual lap instead of draining it down these straights. Yeah, he's just wasted his battery for no reason on his out lap. IRS LB44 127.2, that's currently 5 seconds off, 4 or 5 seconds off at the moment. Timmy, half a tenth down in sector 1. Down towards Puhol we go with the McLaren driver, currently P7. His teammate is sitting P3. Try and ride the curb a tiny bit through campus, get a good exit. Down into Stavolo. Try not to run wide, get the throttle on early. Up through Blanchimont. He's looking good, is Timmy. Personal best coming through sector 2. Tactically applying the ERS to try and keep as much top speed as he can as we head down towards the bus stop chicane. He slightly runs wide, gets on the throttle a bit too early. Bad exit. That could have been pole position there for Timmy if he didn't make that mistake. Puts it up to P2 though. Electric Envy going again, currently in P12. Flying the battery down the Kenmore straight. 5 tenths up alone into sector 1. Wants to go down lower gears possibly. He might find some more traction. But very good from Electric there, after only having the game for a couple of weeks. Looking much quicker already. It looks like he's understanding the car and the way it moves as we head down towards Puhon with Electric Envy. I'm actually very surprised about this. He looks very good as we head down towards campus. Try to tuck in to the curb as much as you can. Same again without too much curb and throttle. Has a bit of a moment there, manages to save it. Down into gear 3. 1.5 seconds up here, and he's got a lot of battery to use through Blanchimont up towards the bus stop chicane. And Electric possibly looking at his first ever top 10 qualifying session. He can finish off strong here. He's been an IRS champion in the past, not raced for a while, or a while, 2-3 years here at IRS, as he comes up to the line and does a 155.3 and puts himself P8. He's got another chance possibly to do another lap. he can get back to the pits and back out in time. Actually, he might not. Be quite close. How's his teammate getting on? Matty. We have a Red Bull coming through Pujon. Currently sitting in P6. As I think Yesh, you run in the Alpine there, moving up to P8. Anyone else on the lap? Got Pistol Racing, 2 temps up. Switch on board to him as he comes through campus. And trying to get good exits out of Stavilo. 6 temps up. The track getting quicker and quicker every minute here at Spa as we're on board with the Alpine of Pistol Racing, heading through Blanchimont up towards the bus stop chicane, trying to get himself into this top 10 here. Down into gear 2, try to get good traction up into gear 3 as quick as you can before crossing the line to do a 154.3 and P7 for Pistol Racing. IRS LB44 has switched back onto the intermediates now. I thought we might see some dry tyres, but that light rain has just stayed for the whole session. As Mr. Orobeng, the current pole sitter for now, heading down towards Le Coms, just under a 10th up. Can he improve on this 52.6? Only driver so far who's into the 1 minute 52s, and his time has been there for quite a while. I think Matty, who's on a 53.1, could definitely be a driver to watch out for, as Mr. Orobeng runs wide through Pujon and invalidates his lap. And luckily, he's got another chance here, as Epi's currently sitting in P8. He's coming up behind his teammate IRS LB44, ready to finish off his lap as IRS LB44 is getting ready to start it. Is Epi on a good lap here? Not too bad through the bus stop chicane, up to the line. A 53.147 puts the Ferrari on the front row of the grid. He's got his teammate behind. Might be able to give a bit of a slipstream here. He's not going to do it. There's a good bit of teamwork there if they could have managed to sort that out. As Christian getting a bit close and personal with Epi there. Pistol Racing about to start his final lap. See Mitch, Fire Hands, who comes through Radion, a bit shaky there. Getting a slipstream from Epi. 7 temps up from Fire Hands and spins into the gravel, and that is his qualifying session over. 2:16. One of the McLarens crossing the line. Who's that? That is Timmy, just starting his final lap. 15 seconds to go of this session. I think who's that? Is that one of the Williams drivers? I think that's Lavi Chill, who's going to be into the pits. That's his qualifying done. See Mitch up to the line. Is he improving? Currently P13, 115.5 electrics. Qualifying is done as well. See Mitch moving up to P8 there. We're going to have Star Defender across the line next. Currently P6, won the sprint race from I think 10th or 11th on the grid. Currently sitting P6. Can he put this McLaren on the front row? Yes he can. Pole position, 152.1. IRS LB44 in the Ferrari up to P11 as Luca doesn't improve his time. Christian into the pits, Epi into the pits. The Fire Hands not improving. Aston Martin of Mr. Orobeng has invalidated his lap. He's not going to be improving. Matty invalidates. He won't be improving. Pistol Racing, 3 tenths up into the final corner, up to the line, gets into the 153s and moves himself up to P7. Kentrum, at the moment, finding no improvements through Sector 2, has found just under a tenth to stay P12, ahead of Hesitate, who's made a mistake into the bus stop chicane, and Timmy will be the final driver to get us up to the line. Can he snatch away pole position from his teammate? Yes, he can, by just over 2 tenths there. A front row lookout for the two McLarens. Star Defender and Timmy ahead of Mr. Orobang and Epi. Pretty good qualifying session there from Tier 2. Entertaining, close, wet weather on the inters. Wasn't soaking wet, so people were really struggling, but a really good qualifying session there by all 17 drivers. Definitely a good one to watch back on, as I'll just tell everyone in the Discord not to ready up. IRS LB44 has got that unfortunate 5-place grid penalty. Right, here we go then. Race about to get underway. Right, well apparently someone's readied up early, so right, here we go. I'm gonna have to get this underway. It's only 1 minute early. Hopefully everyone is on the grid ready to go. If someone stalls or is not with their car, we always start, but everyone looks to be underway nicely here, as Star Defender already gets a good start here down into turn 1 as Mr. Orobang and Timmy are somehow riding each other here, and I have no idea what's going on there, but the same thing that happened last week in Qatar has happened again, as people are away. Electric's around already somehow, not sure what's happened to him, but Mr. Orobang currently ghosted in between the two McLarens here. Good start from Star Defender. Epi's lost a position to Matty, he's dropping back. Loses another position to Pistol Races, who's out to P5, and that's Christian, who moved in very deep there, and Luca and Kentrin coming together as well. And that is C. Mitch also round, so a bit of chaos there on the opening lap for Tier 2. I think it was a lot cleaner in the sprint race for lap 1. But let's not remember, there's 22 laps here. There's a very high chance of a safety car in Belgium. There always is. With the track being so long, as fire hands going at it with IRS LB44, who I think has got wing damage. Yes, he does. He's going to be into the bits early. But yeah, like I said, Belgium, safety car, always a very high chance. Yellow flag. That is Lavi Chill, I think, who's had a bit of a moment. as we come to the end of lap 1 here with tier 2. Star defender leading the way. Timmy running a bit deep there. Manages to correct himself and sort it out. Side-by-side action in the background from Luca, and yes, you run IRS will be 44 into the pits, Labby Chill into the pits. Electric back up into the points positions as he sits behind C. Mitch. Here comes Christian on the back of Epi. Another yellow flag, and that is yes, you run. Through Radion has had some sort of issue. As Star Defender tries to break the DRS and has done so, 1.2 seconds ahead of Mr. Orobeng as Christian gets through on Epi there. Pistol racing just outside the top 4. Trying to get himself within that 1 second of Matty here. I think he needs to apply a bit of ERS in his next couple of sectors just to try stay there with the top 4. 1.1 seconds. Dropping back a little bit. Hesitate already with a 3-second time penalty there. Only on lap 2. As Mr. Orobeng has gone off the track there. This might help Pistol Racing possibly get back in the DRS somehow if they're fighting. As there goes Timmy past Mr. Orobeng, as well as Matty, who's now up to P3. Right on the back of the McLaren. Will he go for a move into the bus stop chicane here? He's got the outside, slots into position. Mr. Orobeng running deep. Collects the back. That's electric round as well, again, down the back. He's had another moment there. Star Defender flying away with this one at the moment. 3 seconds up the road from Timmy. He's being pressured by Matty. He's trying to get himself into P2 here. There's another yellow flag. And Electric Emery's out of the session in the pits, which is unfortunate because there was definitely a high chance of a safety car here, which will get him back into this race. Not anymore though. It's 16 runners. So what can Matty do now? Has he got the pace to push away from this little pack? It'll be interesting to see what sort of strategies. Pistol Racing running a bit wide there, possibly a track limit warning. Ooh, doesn't want to take that curve too much. As Christian had a bit of a moment there coming out of the corner as well. Epi's right on the back of him. He's currently sitting in P7. As hesitates, had a bit of a moment. He's lost on front wing. There goes his teammate. RSLB 44 with 3 seconds already. Not good to see. He's trying to recover his race down at P15 on the soft tyres. Probably giving it absolute everything on those softs. Matty under pressure from Timmy this time round. Timmy should be able to take the position back from Matty here as they go into the comms. Star Defender comfortably 3.4 seconds out front. Hesitate into the pits in the Sauber. Second down to 9th position in the DRS train, so that's second down to 7th. Luca has got wing damage. He's a bit far off Epi at the moment. He's got Kentron behind him. Pistol racing, gotta be careful not to lose the DRS here. To the back of that Aston Martin of Mr. Orobeng. He's also got to be very careful. Top 3 doesn't want to fall away from Mr. Orobeng, who has got that wing damage, I think. Can't get the right angle. I think he's got that wing damage. Come on, what's this angle? There we go. Yeah, he does have wing damage. Pistol racing. He's going to be under pressure. He doesn't get in that 1 second. He's trying to apply all that battery. He's just missed out on it, unfortunately. So he will be under pressure now from Christian. Coming up to the comms. Matty getting back past Timmy. Here comes Christian, a bit too far back for a move. What can Kentrum do on Luca? Not quite close enough for a move as well. Yes, you run down in P10. In a bit of no man's land at the moment, along with Dave and C. Mitch. Fire hands, hesitate, IRS LB44. Quite close to each other here. IRS LB44 closing up to the back of the Sauber. Would he go for the move? Not quite close enough for it. There's a little battle down the back still going on. IRS LB44 going past Fire Hands, who's lost 2 positions there. Luca picking up a 3-second time penalty. That front wing damage, making him go wide a bit too much. Pistol racing, unfortunately still outside that 1 second than Mr. Orobeng. Christian's a lot closer this time. Will he be able to somehow get a move down into the comms as Kentrum loses a position to Luca again. Five left hold medium tyres for these guys here. Oh, Christian with a big moment there. Epi trying to take the chance to get past as Fire Hands comes into the pits in the Mercedes. Epi with a good exit through Pujon here. Not able to get the job done though. Christian's got wing damage as well in P6. Mr. Racing has managed to get himself back into the DRS here at the moment of Mr. Orobeng. Star now 4.5 seconds in the lead. He's in the league in his own at the moment. As Epi does finally get past Christian. Doesn't want to be held up any longer. Yellow flag. One of the Saubers. That would be Dave in P11. Christian nearly ran into the back of Effie there. Luckily, the house just about stopped in time as Timmy's going to try and make a move on Matty again. There he goes. Job done. Pistol Racing did miss out on that DRS actually. Side by side action. Christian getting back past Effie for P6. IRS LB44 battling away with Hesitate. Side by side down into the source. And Hesitate has completely messed that up. And IRS LB44 will take that. P13. 4 points at the moment for IRS LB44. Matty's dropped back a little bit from Timmy this lap. Maybe the dirty air and the tyre starting to go off is making the Red Bull struggling to follow behind. He's got to be careful here. Timmy has got a bit more ERS to use as well. Dips his wheel in the gravel. It's not going to help his cause of breaking away from Matty. Eppy really close to the back of Christian again. Gonna go for a late move into the bus stop. Thinks better of it. Christian right onto the back of Pistol Racing. He just hasn't got the front wing now to get the exit out of the source. This time he does look closer. Oh, and that's Eppy. Had a big moment there. Eppy into the wall. Into the back of Christian. We didn't get the actual view of that one. We got a flag for the Sauber in sector 2, but Eppy with a late move that's cost himself a lot of wing damage. Kentrim getting the job done as well. Luca's up into P7 now. Bit of drama there. Pistol Racing gets a breather. P5, he can just sit behind Mr. Orabeng now and not have to worry about anyone being in his mirrors. You can see the tyres though, they're really starting to go off. I think over a couple of laps, maybe even these laps, we might see some people into the pits trying to get undercuts. This track is massive for undercuts, so if anyone's thinking about it, hesitate in the pits. Has retired from the session. That's him done. I need a safety car in this race, just to spice it up a bit, bring it back into contention. Star Defender, that's the last thing he'll be hoping for, is a safety car right now. As Timmy makes a bit of a mistake there, Star Defender decides, I've had enough of these mediums. Matty follows him in. And the pit lane is starting to get a bit busy. Pistol Racing as well, deciding he's had enough. The Haas is split. Luke is into the pits. Eppy as well. Star Defender is going to rejoin right behind Kentrim in P5 and on the same straight as the race leader still. Star Defender should be able to get past Kentrim with ease here on the pressure tyres. Kentrim running along on the hards. Matty's in P6. Pistol Race to come out in P8 there. So let's see. Oh, Eppy's well back. P12 now for Eppy. 2 Ferraris. 12th and 13th. RSLB 44 into the softs again. What's going on there? Is he going for the fastest lap? Or has he just made a mistake there? So Star Defender already onto the back of Christian here, who's struggling massively with those tyres and that front wing damage, which is going to hold up Star Defender here, only for a couple of corners. Christian still applying that battery, just wants to hold up Star a bit more. Might go for a little move here possibly into the bus stop just to try hold up Star. Not quite. Timmy's into the pits along with Mr. Orabeng. There goes Christian. Kentrim stays out. No, it's going to be a comfortable lead here for Star Defender. Let's have a look at Matty though, because Matty's trying to undercut on Timmy. They're trying to pull away. Can he do so? Timmy's just exiting right now. There he is. But Matty's going to have the pace out of the corner, and he's going to be able to take P3 only for a couple of corners here, because I think Timmy's going to fly past again with the DRS. Here he goes. I think Pistol Racing's going to be in a comfortable P4 as well after these pit stops. Christian's now going to be onto the back of Mr. Orobeng, 6th and 7th. But did he change his front wing? No, he didn't, that's why. Kentrim picking up a 3-second time penalty. Running in P2 at the moment. IRS 44 with another 3 seconds through Radion. "12 laps to go here. Matty and Timmy battling for 2nd and 3rd here. They're only about 7.5 seconds behind Star Defender. There's Kentrim. Still running there on those 10-lap old hards. They've got yellow flag. W44 had a bit of a moment. Matty with a good exit out on the source. Gonna comfortably take P2 again as these guys just keep switching positions. There we go. Christian's losing time with that front wing damage in P7. 2.6 seconds behind Mr. Orobeng now. Probably should have pitted for that and got rid of it. Changed the front wing. His teammate behind him has got a penalty. They would have been probably only a couple of seconds behind his teammate. And now SW44 is into the pits again. This could be to retire from the race. Yes, it is. That's the 3rd driver now retiring in the pits. Here on 14 runners now. As Matty right up behind Kentrim, who's really struggling out on those hard tyres. So much slower than these guys. Look at that exit from Matty. Kentrim's not even going to fight this one. He's just doing his own little race. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. I think he should box now for these mediums though. Doesn't want to keep losing too much time to the guys behind on the fresher tyres. Kentrim decides to stay out one more lap. Going for the fresher tyres at the end is Kentrim. I think he's the only driver that actually completed this hard stint from the start. Everyone else was on mediums or had an incident as Christian's into the pits. I think he's decided that he made a mistake by not changing the front wing. It's not going to be a long end to this race for Christian. Onto the mediums he goes. Should come out just ahead of this little battle here between Mitch and Dave. Mitch in the DRS. I think he's going to be too far back. He's actually possibly just lost the DRS there. Yellow flag from Firehounds down in sector 2. Mitch did get the DRS. Epi getting past. Yes, you run. 9 to P8. This is a big blow for Epi here in his championship hopes. Star Defender leading away, Mr. Orobeng ahead of him. Matty's also pulling his way back into the championship here. I think he might jump ahead of Epi at the moment. with the way it stands on the track. These two have been with each other all race long, and we're going to see a battle to the checkered flag, I think. Battle for the second and third. Star defenders are 11 seconds out front. He's in a different league at the moment. It's Timmy not close enough for a move this time around. Everyone's quite far away from each other. Mr. Orobing, I think, is catching up a little bit with Pistol Racing. Yeah, Mr. Orobing's flying at the moment on those hard tyres. I think he's going to snatch away that P4 from Pistol Racing. Kentrum still out on track on the hard tyres. He's costing himself quite big here at the moment. Everyone behind on the fresher rubber, taking 2-3 seconds out of the lap. Hey there, hello. Good luck, guys, from Dusty Wheels, who's unfortunately not able to race today. That's something to do with his will. Hopefully we see him back next week, as the Williams need it, because Lavy Chill, reserve driver down at P13 at the moment. Firehounds back into the pits. Matty running a bit wide there, and Timmy's going to take the chance down into the source. And Kentrum finally goes into the pits to get rid of those hard tyres, and will rejoin quite a way back here. Might even be outside the top 10. Epi should get past. It's going to be on the fresher rubber though. To be fair, he's run into the wall though. Did he cost himself there? Damage. Epi's going to get past. And then yes, you run. He slides out of the source. Pistol Racing P4, but he's under pressure from Mr. Orobing. He's currently sitting P2 in the championship standings. Had some wing damage, and is trying to recover his race and get himself back onto the podium. If you can get past Pistol Racing, you've got 6 seconds up the road to try and catch Matty and Timmy. We're keeping an eye out on Kentrum, who's on those mediums now. Might be able to close up to the back of Epi. Oh, bit of a moment there for Mr. Orobing. Corrects himself on sliding. 12 seconds, star defender out front. On absolute mission, here comes Mr. Orobing on Pistol Racing. And I think Mr. Orobing just messed it up a little bit there. There's a bit of contact as well from Mr. Orobing. Pistol Racing should be able to get a good exit here though. Hopefully, for his sake, he can take that back with the help of DRS. So Mr. Orobing, after all that, has just cost himself more time and some damage. As here comes Pistol Racing. And this is dangerous driving now from Mr. Orobing, as Pistol Racing does go up the inside. And that is a 3-second time penalty for Pistol Racing. It's getting a bit tense here between these two drivers, Pistol Racing and Mr. Orobing. Got a yellow flag from one of the Mercedes. Pistol Racing does let Mr. Orobing back past, but it's costing themselves big time here. Christian, trying to recover his race down in P10, closing up to the back of the Alpine of Yes You Run. Both Alpines currently inside the top 10. Matty's lost out on a DRS here to Timmy. I think Timmy's just tried pushing on a bit this lap. Has made a bit of a mistake there. Through the bus stop though. On board with Christian, who's right under the back of Yes You Run now. Kentrum still not able to get close to the back of Epi on the medium tyres. Bit of a lock up from Yes You Run, who's trying to defend here from Christian on the fresher mediums, and that's going to be one of the easiest moves Christian's going to have to make. P9, let's see where Christian can finish up here. Can he get anywhere near Epi? That's where his target will be. Him and Kentrum will try to close up to the back of the Ferrari. Matty's now dropped pace on these hards compared to Timmy, 1.8 seconds now. They've been with each other for the whole race, apart from now. Pistol Racing still on the back of Mr. Orobeng, just inside the DRS. Dave down in P11, got his first sprint race podium in IRS about an hour ago. Currently down P11 now in no man's land. Kentrum picks up a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at the time penalties now. 6 seconds for Kentrum, star defender. New fastest lap. Labby Chill, go on board with him as he picks up a 3-second time penalty there. Pistol Racing inside the DRS of Mr. Orobeng, but needs to get a good exit here to try and close up to the back of the Aston Martin. Did he get the DRS there? I think he did. No, he didn't. His race has gone a bit stale now. Everyone's quite far distance from each other. No one really having a big battle. Pistol Racing not able to get close enough to the back of Mr. Orobeng at the moment to try and make a move. No one really with any big position changes, 4 being the highest. Dave, but 3 guys have the time, let's not forget. Christian with only 2 stop out of the top 10. I don't know what, Luca's making a move here, and it's Haas to be fair. Starting to close up to the back of Pistol Racing. Both on the same penalties as well. So Pistol Racing's got to be careful not to lose P5 here from the chasing Haas behind. Luca's had a decent debut here today in the Haas sprint race and main race. Yes, you run as well, not too bad. Been inside the points for both. Luca not able to get near the 1 second gap of Pistol Racing as of just yet. Still got 4 laps to go though. I'm surprised about Kentrum and Christian. Epi's pace must be good if they can't close up to the back of him on medium tyres. Christian might still have wing damage to be fair. Did he change it? No, he didn't change it. Probably could have got P7 if he changed that front wing. Would have had a lot more pace. Star defender. Haven't really shown him much because he's been so far out front. Have nothing to worry about. No battles. Leads away. He's catching up with Lavi Chill. Safety car window is about to disappear as well as we enter lap 19. So surprising that we didn't see any safety cars. Luca getting closer and closer, 1.2 seconds towards the end of this lap. I think Pistol Racing just got within the DRS there. Not quite. Luca pushing on with the ERS. He's trying to sneak inside that 1 second. Kentrum, I thought had much more pace here on these mediums since boxing, but he's starting to be closed up to by Christian now, 2.2 seconds. Matty's 3.2 seconds off Timmy now. Mr. Orobeng still holding on. Should be able to as well without having that time penalty. See Mitch currently giving his teammate a slipstream. They're both inside the points. 2 points for Fire Hands at the moment, and 6 for Slimich. So they're still inside the points. Oh, who's that? Epi running real deep there onto the curb. Big mistake. How much time did he lose to Kentrum there? Epi left the session as well. Not sure what's happened there. I'll send him an invite quickly. Christian now closing up to the back of Kentrum, 1.7 seconds. Yes, you run, picking up a 3-second time penalty. Luckily for him. Oh, well, not luckily for him actually. Dave's 5 tenths away from getting himself into the top 10. We're on lap 20. Epi's been kicked from the session. They've sent him another invite. Hopefully he can get back in for the last couple of laps. No doubt he's alright anyway. We'll still finish P7. Luca ever so close to that 1 second gap now, Pistol Racing. Christian has got himself in the DRS range of Kentrum. Has a bit of a moment come out of the source though, so I don't think this time round he'll be close enough for a move. He might actually, because Kentrum's completely out of battery. See the red light flashing on the racing ball, but Christian decides not to apply any ERS. Luca now inside 1 second of Pistol Racing. Can he get himself P5 on his debut? Pistol Racing looking for his best finish so far in IRS. P5 would be a good result for the Alpine driver. It's a potential podium for next season for Pistol Racing. If Star Defender wins this championship, moves up. Timmy's currently not a full-time driver, so Pistol Racing, good pace at the moment. Luca closing him down though. As we're on the penultimate lap of the race, Star Defender, 12.2 seconds. Timmy just set the new fastest lap there as well. And McLaren's dominating the race at the moment, 1-2 for them. Big points for the constructors, even though Star Defender hasn't got a teammate at the moment. He's still going to put McLaren top. Luca not close enough for a move on pistol racing as of yet. Christian as well, not close enough for a move on Kentron, who's been draining that battery. Drains it again. Bit of a mistake from Kentron. This is a chance for Christian here. Yellow flag from Firehands. Here comes Christian on Kentron. Into the comms and P8 for the Haas driver. While his teammate still battling here with pistol racing. He's got his IRS turned on. Tries to go to the outside of campus, and what a move that is from Luca. Getting himself up into P5 as Star Defender exits the bus stop chicane onto the final lap. Saved up his battery, and he's going to try to take that fastest lap back from his teammate, which is a 1:45.8. So Star's got just over 3 attempts to find here. We'll see a sector 1 checkpoint. I think Pistol Racing's about to possibly make a move. Only 6 thousandths of a second up. But like I said, here comes Pistol Racing past Luca, who I think was doing a bit of DRS chicken there. He was trying to let Pistol Racing go just so he can take the DRS down this straight and get the job done. But there goes Pistol Racing, who's just braked to get the DRS himself. Has it worked out? We'll find out now. Here he comes with the help of ERS and DRS. He's going to move to the inside. Can Luca do anything about it? Bit of contact. Luca's going to try to stick it around the outside. Doesn't quite work out. Kentron not close enough for a move on Christian. We'll switch back to Star Defender, who's coming through sector 2 for the final time. Just under a 10th up on his time at the moment. He's on lap 22 of 22. He's been in the lead ever since lap 1, when he took the lead from his teammate into turn 1, the source, and he's been dominant ever since. Championship leader comes into the bus stop chicane for the final time as he's about to take a victory for the second time this season and extends his championship lead at the top by winning here in Belgium with a big statement of 10 seconds over the rest of the field, as his teammate Timmy comes up to make it a McLaren 1-2 and maximum points for the guys in Papaya, as Matty takes his second podium of the season and second podium in IRS. Mr. Orabeng, Pistol Racing's crashed along with Luca. What's happened there? Something's happened at the end of this race between Luca and Pistol Racing, and Mr. Orabeng finishes 4th. Luca is currently P5, but he's got massive wing damage and he's got a penalty, so I think he's going to be moving down the grid here as Epi crosses the line in P5. Christian just misses out on P6 behind his teammate. Kentron's going to take P8. Yes, you run P9 in points on his debut. Sauber of Dave P10. Mitch is going to come home in P11 for Mercedes, his best result so far. And Christian's left the session already, which has put his car down in P10 and DNF'd. So I hope he don't leave the session. Firehands as well. He's not a lap down actually. I thought he was a lap down. He's not. Pistol Racing. I'm not sure what happened to him there at the end. Bit of chaos as Firehands crosses the line to finish us off for the 3rd round of the season, and that's a entertaining end and an entertaining start of this race. We'll get the confirmation on the screen. There's Star Defender celebrating race winner. Fastest lap Timmy. Driver of the day goes to Dave apparently. Most overtakes was Kentron. But as we know, driver of the day gets awarded by the commentator of the race, which is me. So I think there's no doubt in anyone's mind who driver of the day should go to today. The race winner, star defender in a league of his own. Out front, second on the grid, passed his teammate into turn 1 and never looked back. 11 seconds, race win. Another close close driver of the day vote for Matty, P5 to P3. Very good race from him. Kentrum as well, good race. Yeah, I think that was a decent one from Tier 2. That's the first sprint race of the season done. The second one will be, is it Imola or Monza? I think it's Monza. Yeah, that's Austria, sorry. Second sprint race will be Austria in 3 rounds' time. So, 3 rounds done, 7 to go. Next up will be Monaco, which is, yeah, I don't know what to think about that. Could be absolute chaos. Hope it's not. So make sure you come and tune into that one. That'll be some entertainment for sure. Congratulations to the podium winners, driver of the days, fastest lap people. We'll catch you out on Tuesday, but we might see another new commentator for Tier 1. Could be 3 in 3 races, which will be good. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. We'll catch you soon.